matter what our advantages are, every one of us, we get to a place. Even though we're self-made, we're in control, we got it all planned out. We will all get to a situation in an area of our life that we cannot fix ourselves. Have you been there? Jesus heals the woman, calls her daughter whole for the first time in a dozen years. Jairus is with him. They are on their way to heal his 12-year-old daughter. The crowds are still pressed in tightly, and Jairus can see from a distance one of his friends coming towards him. And he can tell by his face the message his friend is carrying is not a good one. And when his friend gets close enough, his words are grim. Sir, your daughter is dead. Those words break Jairus' heart, and he begins to weep. And then the man says something very interesting. Your daughter's dead. Don't bother the teacher anymore. What a strange expression. The man who bears the bad news now advises Jairus to no longer bother Jesus, which I think is interesting, but I think it's human nature again, because often I think my prayers, my requests for intervention sometimes are just a bother to God. They're an imposition. With all the things going on in the world, doesn't God have something better to do than for me to cry out with my requests? Does God view my prayers as an imposition on my time? I don't think so, because the writer of Hebrews says, let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. No caveats. You just come to him boldly with whatever your need is. I'll just say this, my friends, God is never too busy or preoccupied to listen, to love, to help, to respond. So come to him with confidence. Maybe that's just the one thing you needed to hear today. Don't bother the teacher anymore. Bad advice Jairus' friend gives to him. Jairus hears the words he's been dreading, and his immense grief turns to inconsolable mourning. But like a friend, Jesus puts his hand on Jairus' shoulder and says, don't be afraid. Just believe, and she will be healed. Jesus feels Jairus' pain like he feels your pain, like he felt pain on his own when his friend Lazarus died. You see, friends, again, and this is why this is important, there comes a time when even solid faith buckles. We hope against hope, and then our hopes are dashed. We're tempted to give up and walk away. But Jesus doesn't let us go easily, because he says over and over, do not be